Does anything change? Is everything always changing? Are both true, and would a paradox exist? When you look at the shell of a snail, what you're seeing is a physical representation of a metaphysical process. Okay? And it doesn't have to be a snail shell. It can be a leaf. When a leaf grows, the space between the veins increases with every bit of increase in the veins' length. Branching is something that happens that causes a fractal pattern in many things, and the growth of the actual leaf is determined by the amount of space that the veins need in between each other. So if you think about things in terms of geometry, a leaf sprouts outward from the stalk. Now the stalk is going in up, down. The nutrients are being pulled from the bottom to the top in a one-dimensional process. And so now you look at a leaf that has surface area, you've already ascended to a higher dimensionality in the same living system. So, everything is always changing. As in, tomorrow, none of the stuff that happens is going to be what happened today on a basic level. And this might be something you've noticed before, like, oh, my conversations have been sounding different. I'm choosing different words today. A couple weeks ago thought to myself, isn't it strange how you can say 10,000 words in a day and not repeat anything from the day before? Well, how can things change and stay the same? Duality. You know what I'm saying? Quantum entanglement. Inside someone's head versus what they see when they look at life. There are two systems operating here. One is in front of our eyes, known as Newtonian physics, known as drop the apple and it hits the ground. And the other is a non-restricted, non-local, infinite field with manifestations that look like castle walls and medieval art, fractals, geometry that looks like close-up of a human eye, the ventricles within the heart and stuff like that. These patterns exist with reality. It's a coexistence, and entities that exist, individual life forms, are mere reflections of the entire process. We are like a wave that exists because the earth is spinning, the moon is falling, and people are thrashing about in the water. The peak of universal development is the human experience. At least one peak of universal evolution is your life. So, kind of like being thrust off of a trampoline, when you take that final jump, you're suspended temporarily in a position where you can see everything. You've become separate from the ingredients that created you. Thus is the nature of human existence. But just as everything changes and somehow stays the same, you are separate from the world in which you